Hello Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming. If you're new, I hope you enjoy. This is a love reading. Satisfaction. Okay, well this goes with your Pele, divine passion, and the 7th house, I feel, as well. And it's also to do with the outcome. Okay, so satisfaction coming in there. So for your let's just tackle this one, Neptune sacrifice. Neptune has a variety of aspects which can manifest depending on your situation. Now, Neptune rules the 12th house, which has got to do with your potential, your outcome for the next while. This reading is going to be covering from Mars going direct, which is from about the 14th of November onwards. So that's in Aries. So we'll see how that manifests for you. But the Neptune is very much about connecting to divinity, to your divinity, to the divine, to heaven, to your guides. It's about channeling. It's about connecting to a very special heavenly sort of stream of imagination, creativity, a lot of dreaminess. A lot of people with strong, in the film industry and with musical tendencies and also channeling abilities and all that all have Neptune somewhere prominent in their chart. So Neptune has that wonderful otherworldly quality to it. And then it has the other side, which has also got aspects of the 12th house, which is about ego death, releasing certain concepts that have been hidden within us. Now, it's about the unconscious. So anything in the unconscious tends to come up during a Neptune transit or a 12th house transit. So this can be the releasing of very positive things, but it can also be the releasing of so-called negative things. And these are normally things that need to come up to be dealt with in some way, shape, or form. But it's also about connecting to your divinity through meditation, through your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual life, healing. Healing comes in very strongly with Neptune as well. And it can also be on a practical level doing service work for others. So this can be healing work for others, or some kind of like counseling or something like that for others, where you help others in through their life situations. So it's got the service to others aspect to it. It's also about meditation, but also withdrawal, retreat, contemplation, reflection, solitude, things like that. It's got that big aspect to it. The sacrifice aspect comes in where sometimes in certain situations you have to let go of your ego desires in order to manifest the best outcome. But it can also be that you sometimes are inclined to make yourself a bit of a doormat, or your boundaries are not clear. So you've got to think about boundaries, you've got to work on that. But so somewhere in amongst all those aspects of Neptune is coming up for you in here. It could also be if you or your person is going through a career change or some sort of shift in their lives or your life. It could be that you have been sort of moving forward in a way which just hasn't really suited you. It's suited unconscious programming or complexities which you've inherited from your parents, or what you've seen while you've been growing up, or how you've been living in the past. So and it's about letting that go. And actually releasing aspects of yourself which are better suited for you. There's a lot of karmic inheritance with this card as well. So all karmic issues come in, resolutions come in as well. So it really depends on how you're connecting to this card. It can be a little bit confusing, or you can be under certain illusions with Neptune. But it also has the other aspect, the other divine aspect, which is connecting with soul family, karmic people, and even twin flames, depending on what your beliefs are. Okay, so it's connecting with certain individuals who you have come here to work certain things out, to collaborate, to work together, to lift each other up, to go into some sort of twin flame relationship. It really depends on what you are anticipating. So you've got 12th house coming in, so everything I've mentioned will be coming up for your outcome and for your your potential as well. So tap in to the higher side of Neptune. If you're busy with some creative activity or artistic activity, then Neptune is going to be your friend. If you write, or if you create music, or if you're in the film industry, or if you are channeling, or if you're connecting to certain realms, Neptune is going to help you with that. Just be careful it doesn't push you over the edge into escapism. You've got to keep your feet on the ground with Neptune. And it's the same for your relationship. You could be connecting in a beautiful way to this person on a very, very deep level, a very karmic level, or a twin flame level. But it's also about keeping your feet on the ground, and tapping into your divinity to make decisions so that you don't get confused and swept away under all kinds of complexities and things. So it's got all of that about it. We'll see how it plays into your reading as we go along. We've got, for the Goddess deck, we've got Una, easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So this is echoed by Irene as well. She's in the situation section. So this is saying, when it comes to nurturing a relationship, or any sort of causes which are close to your heart, anything that you is close to you, which is something that you'll turn to do over and over again because it's important for you. It's important to you. It's about matching your values, and nurturing is very, very important with this card. And it's saying just release any negativity and worries about how this is going to happen, or when it's going to happen, or all the if, buts, and whens, and the scenarios and so on. Just go within. And nurture yourself and nurture your relationship in the present moment, and just go with the flow. But it's stick with your chosen course. Stick with what it is that you've decided is important for you and for your relationship. Stick with it. Nurture that, and it takes time. It takes effort. It's something that you're going to be working on for some time. But she's saying here that everything is on track. It's all in perfect timing. Do not worry. Do not expend energy in worries, because they don't help, and all you do is draw to you the things you're worrying about. So let go of that. Live in the present moment. Treasure the relationship. Treasure what it brings you and what it brings up, because that's going to come up. Things are going to come up. And it's all for your good. It's all for the person's good as well, to release certain things, old programming, old ideas, things that don't suit you anymore. And also to come together, to work together on certain issues which you've decided on already before you came here. So these are things that you would like to do together. New projects, it could be service work, it could be a whole host of things. Okay, so let's look at you then. We've got Mars fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And we've got Mars force here. So Mars is an action card, a go-get-em card. This is your will, your strength, your desire to get things done, and to go after what you want. It's got that warrior energy to it, and Mars is the god of war. Okay, so it's got that warrior energy about it. It's got that seek and claim energy about it. So you may be feeling this at this time. You may be feeling that you want to go after something. You want to charge forward, and seek and claim what it is that's important to you. Now, it could be aspects of the relationship. It could be the person that you want to bring into your life, or it could be other aspects of your life. You may be, there could be a number of things that could be coming in for you. You may be wanting to secure a future for yourselves in a home, or whatever it is that's right for you. But there's Mars is about judgment. It's about legal issues, situations around that. It's got documentation, and there may be other matters that need to be resolved in some way. And it's about balancing that. It's the scales of justice, but it's also the scales of balancing. So it's saying the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So whatever is going down, whether it's a relationship thing or something externally which is affecting the relationship, it will be handled fairly by the universe. So release attachment to a specific outcome. Let the universe take care of the issue. Let God take care of the issue. Let the best outcome emerge. As long as you have the very best intentions, you may need to put your case forward. You may need to do everything that you need to do to put your case forward, but do it in in a just and fair manner, and look at the circumstances, and then allow the scales to balance as they need to. So detach from a specific outcome so that the very best can emerge, because the universe knows what is the best outcome, can see every conceivable probability, whereas you cannot. So let go of any huge impatience or rushing or forcing of things, if it's not in your best interest, or not in the best interest of the situation. But if you do need to put your case forward in a certain situation, then Mars will help you to do that. Just temper it with measured constructive action. Let go of, as I said, rushing and forcing. Make your case, put your cards on the table, be clear. It may be a challenge. You may have to defend yourself. You may be thinking about those sorts of lines of a sort of defense, but rather take it as a sign for action, taking action, but in a measured and a controlled way. If you rush around like in a sort of a forced manner, then you're not going to get the results that you require. So it's about putting your case forward. It's about going after something with determination. And it could be your relationship, it could be some aspect of your relationship, but you may have to release yourself from something in order to go after your new relationship. So it really depends on where you are in your relationship. You may already be with this person and be going through some other kind of situation, or you may still be just approaching this relationship. It really depends on where you are. But so take it as it resonates. Either you need to, be clear about your actions and move forward on something with determination and the drive to achieve it, or if you feel like you're going over that and going overboard, then pull back and think about things, but detach from a specific outcome so that the scales of justice can balance as they need to in the situation. For your person, we've got Aphrodite, inner goddess, and we've got Jupiter, abundance. So as I said, this is all about self-care. It's also about connecting to your inner goddess or your inner god, depending on if you're a masculine or a feminine. We have both, but they both need to be balanced. Okay, so do whatever this person that you're involved with needs to spend time on that. Connecting to their own inner power, their own inner magic, their own inner masculine or feminine, and making sure things are balanced, doing whatever they need to do to nurture themselves. Self-care can take many forms. It can be more exercise, it can be eating better, it can be walking in nature, it can be spending time in quietude, sort of meditation. There's all different ways that self-care can manifest. It can even just be a spa day if it's depending on the person. With Jupiter abundance, as I said, it normally brings in abundance, but it can also bring in overindulgence. So they may be overindulging in certain aspects. It could be, to do with food or excessive worry, or whatever the situation may be. So that may come in, but usually the Jupiter abundance card is exactly that. It's about abundance coming in. Now, the abundance can be in many different forms. It can be a windfall, or it can be an idea or an opportunity, or support from others, support from you even. It could even be like a rescue, or the return of faith, or the return of health. There's lots of different ways that this can manifest, but whatever is appropriate for this person will come in with this card. It can also be the return of joy, happiness, and gratitude, and generosity, but it all comes from self-care, self-love, firstly. Once their cup is full, then they can spread it around. So they could also be looking at you in this way, or you could be seeing them in this way and seeing them as particularly abundant. It just depends on your situation, but know that they may be feeling very abundant in their love for you. They could be really connecting to that, and connecting to their own self-love, their own divinity, and balancing their masculine and feminine aspects, so that they're coming from a full cup, and they could also be going through some sort of upliftment, or some sort of breakthrough, good luck, there's all different ways that this can manifest, but it's generally a very positive card, and it's about self-care, and in whatever form that is for this person. Once they've reached they've got to the point where their self-care is enough, then they can share it with you, or they can refresh, and share it with you. Then we have here, for this current situation, we've got Irene, peace. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. So here again, we have the same situation I said before. Let go of worries, because all you do is become a magnet for the thing that you're worrying about. And it also blocks your abundance, So it blocks the universe from working in your favor. So let go of that. Relax, rest, enjoy breaks by the sea, or sea breaks, or any kind of water break. Relax into the peace and know that things are working out exactly as they should be. Let go of any worries or negative mindsets. Your needs will be met. And whatever that may be, it could be financial, or it could be sort of your emotional needs will be met by this person, because they're exhibiting an abundant energy. So don't worry, let that go. Especially as well with the Sun card, very, very positive card. This is the card of positivity, positive karma. It's the card of being having wonderful charisma, being a leader, being influential, and your life force is very strong with the Sun. It's all about mastery of the self, mastery of your emotions, and so on. So all of these aspects come in. So you may be going through a process of letting go of worries, letting go of negativity, and so on. And once you do that, then you come into the mastery of the Sun. It's also about the return of joy and abundance, creativity, happiness. All these things come in with the Sun card. It's a very uplifting card, but there may be a leadership aspect to it as well. So as a couple or within the relationship, you may be helping each other to move forward, or one or either of you may need to take the lead in some way. It's like stepping up to meet the mark, stepping up to be heard, to be seen. It could also be that your relationship may have been sort of not known about up until a certain point, and with the Sun, suddenly you're in the spotlight. It could be that, or one or either of you is in the spotlight for some reason. And it's about stepping up, So it's about stepping up. So each of you step up to the relationship, step up to what it is you're doing within your own lives, and within the relationship. Step up and shine your light. Be positive, and enjoy this very positive karma that comes in with this card. Do not worry. Do not block the energy of the Sun, of the rays of the Sun. It's a really, really positive card. It just shines on every aspect of your life. And it's just soak it up and, go with whatever is required of you. It can also be that there may be a celebration which you are going into at some point. It could be towards the end of the year. Depending on where you are, it could be the end of the year, or it could be summer. It depends on where you are in the world. So a celebration, and it could be that you're preparing for that as a couple. And it could involve family. It's like an extended sort of group of you. It's an important event that you are busy planning or involved with. But very, very positive card. Beautiful things come in with this card. Be humble. Be in tune with your own energy and the influence that you're going to have with this energy on you. Going to be very, very influential at this time. So, what you say and what you do is going to be important. It's really going to set the bar. Then here for the advice, we've got Pele Divine Passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So this can be applied to your relationship, because you've got the 7th house, which is the house of relationships. It's also the house of partners. That can be business partners, but it can also, because this is a relationship reading, it's coming in for that. So it's saying to you, what is it that you truly desire in this relationship? I mean, obviously, it may affect either one of you directly, which will then affect the relationship. But what is it that you truly want out of the relationship? What is it what are you going to bring to the table? And it's about connecting to your true passions, your true desires. So this could also indicate a wonderful connection physically and emotionally for both of you, a sort of an eruption of desire and passion. But it can also be about manifesting this within yourself and within yourselves, so that you can give to the relationship, to bring it into focus. And this is about redefining things. So you may have in past relationships, or in the past within your relationship, I mean, you may have been in a relationship with this person for a long time. This is about what has gone before, what you have done robotically, or what you have just done to get by in the past, or what suited the situation in the past. This is about redefining that and working with what you need to do now, what you would like to do now, what you really want to do, what is your heart's desire, what do you really want to do in this relationship. Discuss it, talk about it, bring your cards to the table. And tap into this wonderful energy. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to say, well, this didn't work in the past, or this didn't work for us in the past. So what are we going to do now to really push us into this lovely, abundant energy, this divine passion, which is about connecting to what's important to you, what makes you, what lights you up, what really is going to create that spark within you. So it's about that and connecting to that within your relationship. You have to do the work. You have to, each of you have to really be honest with yourselves and work together to create that in your relationship. For the outcome and for the potential, we've got Sarasvati, the arts, and we've got 12th house, as I said, coming in. So this is very much about creativity and artistic things, which did come up, as I said, with Neptune and with the 12th house. You can be tapping into that. So Neptune covers a vast range of, it can be also perfumes, oils, the beauty industry, and also singing, and the arts, anything like that. And it's being echoed here again. So you may be, both of you, connecting together to do work on a project together, or one or either of you supporting each other in the arts in some way. We are all creative, but not all of us are artistic. So it really depends on your situation. So, it's about tapping into that and using your abilities in whatever way for the arts. And this can be music, and it can be stage work, it can be anything where you're in the public eye. But it can also be for your own personal development. It could also be that you are connecting to each other through music. So if you are sort of separated from each other for some reason, you could be hearing lyrics or connecting to each other through music. So that may come in for you. But I feel the greater focus is somehow that both of you are connecting into this energy. And it's about developing your creativity and your artistic abilities, whatever you've got. And you may be triggering that for each other because you've got 12th house, which is about karmic inheritance, but it's also about twin flames and that very special connection. So you may be activating that in each other. The 12th house, as I said, is all about karma. It's all about the unconscious, everything in the unconscious. It's all your mystical beliefs, your healing, and your spirituality, and it's about spending time in solitude to manifest what it is you need to manifest. But it could also be that the two of you just need to have a little escape, get away, to go away on a retreat or something, to withdraw, to spend time with each other and to enhance your relationship. Or one or either of you may need to do this just to refresh, but it's also about dealing with unconscious issues which may be arising at this time. And with the relationship, certain things are going to come up for review, to be released. And I feel that once you start working with that energy and you're honest about your desires and what it is you want to do in your life and what you want in the relationship, connect to that, to release it, then you will come to this satisfaction. Obviously, physically, there seems to be a lot of satisfaction, but this is about emotional satisfaction as well. Once you release the things that have been simmering, sitting in your unconscious, and work with them and connect to a higher source, to your creativity within the relationship and also personally, then you will find you have a rich sort of pot of knowledge which you can use to help others as well. And the 12th house, you know, as I said, it covers many things, but it does also, it is also about connecting to each other in a sacred space. And you can do that in a number of ways. But I do feel that this may be that you're working on some sort of project together, whether it's a spiritual project or a physical project or both. But you're going to be activated in some way on this journey. Okay, Aquarius, hope you enjoyed that. Please take care and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.